Well, there, a very good Friday afternoon to all our viewers and welcome to Lunchtime News. We are coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Bringing you the lunch news, I am Joel Outscoon. We start off today with a look at your headlines.
Speaker appoints committee to look into the vote in Parliament over the supplementary estimate. Group that attempted to enter Australia by boat returned to the island. National Joint Committee requests the government to prepare new laws before reaching international trade agreements.
Well, on to your top story this afternoon. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya appointed a 4-member committee to look into the vote on the supplementary estimate that took place in Parliament. Now, we'll have details of this story later on in the bulletin. But moving on to more local news this afternoon, 12 Sri Lankan nationals who attempted to illegally enter Australia by boat returned to the island early this morning. Now, they returned via a special Australian flight. The airport police said that 3 children were among the group, and all of them were residents from Thurala Jayala. The suspects were handed over to the Criminal Investigations Department for further investigations. Well, now the National Joint Committee convened a media briefing to comment on reaching international trade agreements.
What happens when they progress from a free trade agreement to this economic and technology agreement? The agreement, which was limited to goods all this time, will start including services from various identified sectors. Through this agreement, the IT and naval services sectors will be opened. However, it is unfortunate that in the legal framework of international trade law, the only laws that apply to the agreement throughout its lifetime are the laws that were in effect on the day the agreement was signed. This is what is internationally accepted. In that case, if any laws are enforced in those respective countries, they do not apply to that trade agreement. As unionists who love the motherland, we request that before we open our local market to the global market, we need to tighten and strengthen our laws and regulations in the country.
As
mentioned at the top of the bulletin, news from Parliament, Speaker Karu Jayasuriya appointed a 4-member committee to look into the vote on the supplementary estimate that took place in Parliament.
I appoint the opposition leader R. Sambandhan, former Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa, the Minister of Justice, President's Counsel Dr. Vijayadas Rajapaksa, and former Justice Minister Rauf Hakim to look into this vote and once again submit a report. After this report is received, we can take a decision regarding this. Let us convene once again at 11:30 and continue proceedings. Dear Speaker, you appointed a committee. However, all 4 members of this committee are those who voted in favour of this supplementary estimate. The opposition leader represents the opposition. One must cast their vote as per their wish. However, as MPs continued to express their views, a tense situation was reported in Parliament. Thereby, the Speaker adjourned Parliament.
And moving on to more local news this afternoon, another leg of the housing program for low-income earners initiated by leader of the Janasatha Peramuna, Venerable Battaramulle Silaratnatero, took place yesterday.
The foundation stone for a house of a low-income family in Loma Pitigama, Malvana was laid yesterday. VAT is being increased. Not a single minister is making a statement against it. MPs are not speaking against it. The Prime Minister is also silent on the increase of VAT. They are living while burdening the people. They are fighting inside Parliament. They scold each other and shed blood. Is this the way the people's issues must be resolved? They are resolving their personal issues and not the people's issues.
And in some weather news this afternoon, gale force winds that swept across Walas Mulahambandota has damaged several houses.
Gale force winds accompanied by heavy rain were experienced last night in the North Kanumuldenia area in Valasmulla. The Department of Meteorology says that showers or thunder showers will occur at several places over other provinces after 2 p.m. today. Fairly heavy falls above 75 millimeters are also likely at some places, particularly in the central, Sabragamua and Uba provinces.
Well, now a disease affecting coconut plantations in the Mathura district has prompted cultivators to cut down many trees. For the past 2 years, a disease affecting the coconut cultivations had caused issues for cultivators in Valigama and Valpitia in the Mathura district. The Coconut Cultivation Board notes that as a result of this, over 175,000 coconut trees in the district have been cut down in order to prevent the spread of the disease. Although it was only recommended for the felling of 1,500 coconut trees, cultivators note that they have to cut down 7,000 coconut trees. We have about an acre of land. However, about 20 trees have now been cut down. We are facing a severe difficulty owing to their situation.
We
used to earn a living by selling coconuts. However, 2 trees have been marked to be cut down and we are helpless.
Well, on that note, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News. Thank you very much for stopping by. But remember, if you missed out on any of the stories, log on to our award-winning website, www.newsfirst.lk. Have yourself a great evening ahead. Take care.